Hello, Samson here. I am back. So August did not have a book review because I was tied up with life and doing other stuff. But September is not going to just come to an end minus having a book review. I've been reading quite a couple of books still. I'm keeping the faith. It's tough to be busy, but it's dangerous not to read because you need to constantly get informed, like keep up with whatever is happening. But yeah, moving on, in today's book review, we are going to be discussing an old philosophical, a classical, which is philosophical with some biblical concepts in there, some biblical philosophy which is portrayed. That is Ogmandino's The Greatest Salesman in the World. So fast forward, the storyline is basically between Pathros and Hafid. So Hafid is a camel boy who actually wanted to be wealthy, rich, and probably the greatest salesman who could had ever existed in the world. And then the challenge that was posed upon him is his mentor Pathros had given him some conditions which he was to follow in order for him to become all he needed to be. So Hafid wanted riches and all that, but then he was corrected to the point that if he needed everything that he needed to have in life, the secret actually lied in having inner happiness that was stemming from love. It was stemming from the inner being and not anything that was supposed to be material or external. So yeah, Hafid and Pathros, the mentor and the mentee, going into becoming the greatest salesman in the world. So diving right into the scrolls, because the principles of the books are actually based on what the scrolls were talking about. Because Hafid, remember, was given a challenge to do, study and read whatever was given upon him from the scrolls that he was given. So he was supposed to move from a place where he was, I think that he was going to Jerusalem where he met Paul and whatnot. For the whole storyline, I think the best you can do is just read the book right into the scrolls, the principles where the book centers everything around is the fact that the scroll number one is talking about today I begin life anew. Today I begin a new life. So this one centers around the fact that time teaches all things to him who lives forever, but you do not have the luxury of eternity. And what you want to do is just to start a new life over and over. So there is a quote that I loved which says, experience is comparable to fashion. Some sort of an oxymoron, but continuing, it says, an action that can prove successful today will be unworkable and impractical tomorrow. So the best that you want to do is form good habits that are going to keep you a slave of them the rest of your life, and then you're going to have all that you desire. The second scroll is talking about I will greet this day with love in my heart. I will greet this day with love in my heart. So I will welcome happiness, for it enlarges my heart. I'm going to welcome happiness because it enlarges my heart. Yet I will endure sadness, for it opens my soul. So you can imagine welcoming happiness, which is going to enlarge your heart, and then enduring sadness, which is going to open up your soul. That is the second scroll. And then in the third scroll, the principle is I will persist until I succeed. The principle of persistence, I think, in most of the books that we read, different spheres of life that we go through, it's only when you persist that you truly succeed. So if I persist, I will continue to try. I will continue to charge forward, and I will succeed. So if I persist, then definitely I'm going to come at a point where I'm going to win. The fourth scroll, which Hafid was given by Pathros, is talking about I am nature's greatest miracle. So I'm nature's greatest miracle. So all men are my brothers. I'm going to consider them my brothers. Yet I'm different from all of them. I'm a unique creature, and I'm here on purpose. That is for a purpose. That is the fourth scroll. Realizing that you're nature's greatest miracle, and then you're here on purpose for a purpose. In the fifth scroll, we are dealing with I will live this day as if it is my last. So living this day as if it is your last literally implies that you're supposed to utilize it to in a manner that you are supposed to get fulfilled every day. That if you were to go today, then you would have had lived life that is fulfilling. In the sixth straw, what Hafid read, given by Pathros, is today I will master my emotions. So I think this one resonated to me so much because of the imbalance that is there between just trying to do life, mastering of emotions and all that, and then the process that is just there. So he says, unless my mood is right, the day will be a failure. Unless my mood is right, the day is going to be a failure. So weak is a man who permits his thoughts to control his actions. Strong is a man who forces his actions to control his thoughts. But then I will master my mood through positive actions, and I will master uh, my mood so that my destiny can be controlled. In the seventh principle that is in the book, the seventh scroll is talking about I will laugh at the world. So remember that we talked about the laughter part. That was just the first part where Pathras told Hafid that everything that he needed did not lie in material possessions, but his happiness is going to stem from him. So I will smile and my digestion is going to improve, and I will remind myself that these too shall pass, and I will enlarge today's happiness only with laughter and happiness. Can I be able to enjoy the fruit of my labor that is from laughter and happiness? The eighth scroll is bringing us to today I will multiply my value 100-fold. I love how Gibran puts um, how you get to have a lot of maybe wealth, material possessions, that the value that you bring to the marketplace is what actually pays you a lot. So the value that you bring to the marketplace is what pays you a lot of what you want. So multiplying your value 100-fold, I'm going to set goals and I'm going to follow through them and ensure that I'm able to achieve. And then the ninth scroll is dealing with I will act now. And this is where the whole book centers around, I think, everything where you're able to act now, because now is the time. So action is food and drink which will nourish my success. So it is only through action that your success is going to be nourished. So it is better to act and fail than not to act and flounder, not to act and flourish. And then the last scroll is bringing us to the fact that I will pray. So my life will not be forced to follow any religion, but I'm going to recognize its nature and its mystery that lies before it. But then I am going to pray, but my cries for help will only be cries for guidance. My cries for help are only going to be cries for guidance. So this is Og Mandino's classic, The Greatest Salesman in the World. And till we meet in the next segment, I am checking out.